Have you ever found yourself overwhelmed by the demands of daily life, longing for a moment of peace, yet unsure how to achieve it? In this video, we're going to uncover the true wisdom behind embracing solitude, why it's the greatest luxury an adult can experience, and how it can lead to profound personal growth and stronger relationships. Stay with us until the end, because we'll reveal how solitude can transform your life, offering you the clarity, strength, and peace you've been searching for. If you haven't yet subscribed, I highly recommend doing so and activating the notification bell to ensure you never miss a video. Your support means a lot to me as we continue to grow our community and reach more people with our content. If you enjoy the topic of this video, please leave a comment with a number 1. If it's not quite your cup of tea, drop a 0 in the comments. Your feedback is crucial in helping me create content that better serves you. Let's get started. In the twilight years of life, there lies a profound wisdom in embracing solitude. Those who find solace in their own company during old age have discovered deep, intrinsic wisdom. For them, solitude in later years is not a burden but a blessing, offering 3 distinct rewards as the trials of adulthood fade away. As we journey through life, adulthood often brings a weariness that stems from the myriad roles we must juggle: parent, spouse, employee, and provider. Each of these roles places a demand on our energy, slowly depleting our reserves until exhaustion becomes our constant companion. In our youth, the idea of being alone often filled us with dread. As children, we sought the comforting embrace of our parents when the night grew dark. In school, solitude was something to be avoided, almost shameful. We clustered with friends during breaks, seeking the safety of numbers, eager to prove that we were part of the crowd, never alone. But as we step into adulthood, the perspective on solitude shifts. The once feared loneliness transforms into a cherished retreat. Many men, after a long day of work, find themselves sitting in their cars, lingering for just a few more minutes before heading inside. In those quiet moments, they escape the endless responsibilities, work-related stress, household tasks, the looming threat of unpaid bills, and the heavy weight of mortgages. For just a fleeting moment, everything falls away, leaving behind a peaceful void. This newfound appreciation of solitude is not about escaping life, but about reconnecting with oneself and finding peace in a world that is constantly demanding more. It is in these moments of solitude that one can reflect, recharge, and ultimately find the clarity that adulthood often clouds. The wisdom of solitude, therefore, is not just about being alone, it's about embracing the quiet, finding strength in silence, and rediscovering the self amidst the noise of life. Many women, after stepping into the demanding role of motherhood, find themselves lingering in the shower just a little bit longer. In that small, enclosed space, they are granted a brief reprieve from the relentless demands outside. The sound of water drowns out the cries of children, and for those precious moments, the burdens of the world seem to melt away, as if they are temporarily untouched by the chaos beyond the bathroom door. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. It is often said that the exhaustion of adulthood stems from the many roles we are compelled to play each day. We race through life, constantly shifting between our duties: nurturing parents, dutiful children, diligent employees, and loving spouses. Over time, we find ourselves donning so many different masks that we lose sight of who we truly are. In our earnest efforts to fulfill each role perfectly, we forget the importance of living authentically, of being true to ourselves. Solitude, then, becomes the most exquisite luxury for an adult. It is in solitude that we can finally shed those masks, allowing ourselves to reconnect with our innermost being. Life, after all, is much like a one-way train journey. Throughout this journey, we encounter many people, but regardless of their significance in our lives, they can only travel with us for part of the way. In the end, the only companion who will stay with us until the very last stop is ourselves. Thus, experiencing loneliness is not just inevitable, it is an integral part of the human experience. Yet the true art lies in embracing that loneliness, in cultivating the ability to find comfort and contentment in one's own company. It is a skill, a personal strength, to enjoy solitude, to see it not as an emptiness to be feared, but as a space where we can fully become who we are meant to be. Walking alone through the world offers a unique kind of liberation, one that comes from being free of the constraints imposed by others. When you're on your own, there's no need to match anyone else's stride, no pressure to follow a predetermined path. You can pause whenever something catches your eye, wander off the beaten track if it calls to you, or simply stand still and take in the beauty around you. The journey becomes entirely yours, dictated only by your whims and desires, and in that lies a profound sense of peace. Traveling solo is a similar experience, one that allows you to embrace spontaneity fully. There's no need to coordinate with anyone else, no schedules to align or compromises to make. You can leave at the crack of dawn or in the middle of the night, whenever the spirit moves you. Along the way, you have the luxury to soak in the scenery without distraction, and to appreciate the world at your own pace. The moments of silence, as you pass through different landscapes, become a form of meditation, offering clarity and a deeper connection with the world around you. Then there's the solitude of reading alone, a quiet pleasure that transports you far beyond the confines of your physical surroundings. In the stillness of the night, when the world is asleep, you open a book and are immediately drawn into another realm. The pages become a gateway to different lives, different worlds, where you can lose yourself entirely. It's in these quiet, solitary moments that the words on the page resonate more deeply, as you are free from the noise and interruptions of everyday life. The world around you fades, and you're left alone with your thoughts, your imagination, and the story unfolding before you. Reflecting on these moments, I recall the quiet conversations I've had with myself, the tears shed in the privacy of a gentle drizzle, and the silent resolutions made in the stillness of solitude. There was a time when I, like many others, felt the need to surround myself with people, to cultivate a circle of friends and acquaintances, as if their presence could stave off the fear of being alone. But I've come to realize that in chasing these superficial connections, I was losing touch with something far more important, my true self. Life, as it turns out, is far too brief to waste on meaningless social obligations or the worry that solitude might be mistaken for loneliness by those who don't understand its value. We often find ourselves caught up in a whirlwind of activities, socializing for the sake of appearances, and attending gatherings that hold no real meaning for us. But in the aftermath of all the noise and excitement, a deeper sense of loneliness often lingers. The more we try to fill the void with external distractions, the more we lose sight of who we truly are. An empty person remains empty, no matter how many people they surround themselves with. That's why I've learned to cherish the quiet moments, the spaces in life that I can claim as my own. After a long day filled with the demands of work, family, and society, it's essential to carve out time just for oneself. These moments of solitude are not just a luxury, they are a necessity. Whether it's spending time in a garden, admiring the delicate beauty of flowers, losing yourself in the soothing rhythms of music, finding refuge in the pages of a book, savoring the warmth of a cup of tea, or simply sitting quietly and allowing your thoughts to wander, these are the moments that bring true peace. In solitude, there is no need to put on a facade, no pressure to meet anyone else's expectations. It is in these quiet, solitary spaces that we can finally remove our masks, lay down our armor, and reveal our true selves. There is a profound freedom in being alone, in not having to conform to the roles that society often imposes on us. It is in these moments that we can truly connect with our inner selves, understanding our deepest desires, fears, and dreams. Moreover, solitude allows us to come to terms with the simplicity of life. In the quiet, we find clarity, and in that clarity, we discover what truly matters. It helps us to make peace with the ordinary aspects of life, to appreciate the small, everyday moments that often go unnoticed amidst the hustle and bustle. By embracing solitude, we learn to live more comfortably with ourselves, and in turn, we find a greater sense of contentment in the life we lead. Solitude is the adult's greatest luxury, not because it offers an escape from the world, but because it provides the space to reconnect with oneself, In solitude, we have the opportunity to grow, to reflect, and to evolve. It is in these moments of aloneness that we gain the strength to face the world with renewed vigor and authenticity. Solitude is not just about being alone, it is about becoming whole. It is the most crucial period for personal growth, the time when we strip away the layers of our constructed identities and come face to face with our true selves. And in that meeting, we find the wisdom, peace, and strength that are essential for living a life of genuine fulfillment. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Writer Zhang once articulated a profound truth about human nature: the more superior a person is, the more they relish solitude because everything becomes clear. Conversely, the more inferior a person is, the more they crave the company of others for when everything is unclear. They seize the opportunity to exploit the confusion. This statement reveals a deep understanding of the relationship between solitude and personal excellence. Those who are truly exceptional in their pursuits often find that solitude is not just a preference but a necessity. In solitude, they find clarity, a space where distractions fade away, and the mind can focus on the essence of their work, their thoughts, and their true selves. To achieve greatness, one must be willing to embrace solitude, for the journey to excellence is often a solitary one. The root of true mastery is often found in those quiet, lonely moments when one is left alone with their thoughts, ideas, and drive to create or innovate. It is during these periods of solitude that the seeds of greatness are planted and nurtured, away from the noise and interference of the world. Consider the life of Ryer Mozhan, a figure who epitomizes the power of solitude. He chose to retreat into seclusion on Mount Mogan, spending 6 long years in isolation. His days were filled with reading, absorbing knowledge, and expanding his mind. His nights were dedicated to writing, pouring his thoughts onto paper, and creating worlds with his words. On his desk, he kept a quote from F. Beer that served as a constant reminder of the purpose of his solitude: a vast domain. Knowing oneself is enough to occupy a person. This quote encapsulates the essence of his journey. For 6 years, he delved deep into his inner world, exploring the vast landscape of his mind and soul. When he finally decided to leave his retreat, he had accomplished something extraordinary: over 100 short and medium stories and countless landscape paintings. His solitude had not been a period of inactivity or loneliness, but a time of intense creativity and productivity. Ryer Mozhan's story is a testament to the idea that those who achieve remarkable success in any field often do so through a certain degree of solitude. This solitude is not a withdrawal from life, but rather a conscious choice to focus deeply on one's craft, hone one's skills, and cultivate a unique perspective. It is in these moments of solitude that true innovation and excellence are born. This idea is further exemplified by the lives of other great minds throughout history. Haruki Murakami, the renowned author, is known for his daily practice of spending 1 to 2 hours in solitude, whether through running or writing. During these solitary hours, he can tap into a deep well of creativity and efficiency. For Murakami, solitude is not just a preference, it is a crucial part of his creative process. It is in these moments, away from the distractions of the world, that he can produce work that resonates so deeply with readers around the globe. Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds of the 20th century, also recognized the value of solitude. He once remarked, "For a physicist deep in thought, the quiet, solitary job of a lighthouse keeper is ideal." Einstein understood that the kind of deep, uninterrupted thought required for his groundbreaking work in physics could only be achieved in solitude. It is in these solitary moments that the mind is free to explore new ideas, question established beliefs, and make the connections that lead to true innovation. The lives of these individuals illustrate a broader truth about the nature of excellence. Solitude is not merely a retreat from the world, but a vital space for personal and creative development. In solitude, one can fully engage with their thoughts, refine their ideas, and produce work of lasting value. The solitary path, though often challenging and lonely, offers the clarity and focus needed to achieve true greatness. Moreover, solitude allows for a deeper connection with oneself. In the quiet moments of solitude, away from the expectations and judgments of others, one can explore their true desires, fears, and aspirations. It is in these moments that one can come to a better understanding of who they are and what they truly want to achieve in life. This self-awareness is essential for personal growth and success. Without it, one risks being swept away by the currents of other people's expectations, losing sight of their path. In our modern world, where we are constantly bombarded with information, noise, and distractions, the ability to embrace solitude is more important than ever. It is in solitude that we can find the time and space to think deeply, to reflect on our lives, and to make meaningful decisions. It is in solitude that we can reconnect with our inner selves and find the strength and clarity needed to pursue our goals with determination and purpose. Solitude is not something to be feared or avoided. Rather, it is a precious gift, a luxury that allows us to step back from the chaos of the world and focus on what truly matters. It is in solitude that we can shed the masks we wear in our daily lives, lay down our armor, and reveal our true selves. It is in solitude that we can make peace with the simplicity of life and find a deeper sense of contentment and fulfillment. Conversely, those who find themselves entangled in a web of social obligations often appear to be perpetually busy, yet they have little time for self-reflection or personal growth. Their days are filled with gatherings, meetings, and interactions, giving the illusion of a rich social life. However, beneath this facade lies a troubling reality. Despite their seemingly abundant friendships, when the time comes for genuine support or assistance, few are truly willing to step forward. In the adult world, social interactions often boil down to transactions and exchange of equivalent value, where favors are given with the expectation of something in return. To navigate these social waters effectively, one must possess a certain inner strength and self-assurance, qualities that are cultivated through solitude. It is in these quiet moments, away from the demands of social life, that one can focus on self-improvement and personal development. By investing in oneself, one gains the essential capital needed for meaningful social interactions. Without this foundation, there is a risk of living a life dictated by the need to please others, trapped in a cycle of shallow, unfulfilling exchanges. Such a life, devoid of depth and purpose, can easily become mundane and unsatisfying. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment on number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Solitude, therefore, stands as the greatest luxury an adult can afford. It is in solitude that one can truly become oneself, free from the pressures to conform or please others. This period of aloneness is not just a break from the world, but a crucial time for personal growth and self-discovery. It is a space where one can explore their thoughts, understand their desires, and develop a clearer sense of purpose. In solitude, we find the opportunity to grow into our true selves, refine our values and goals, and emerge stronger and more resilient. Interestingly, solitude can also play a pivotal role in strengthening marriages. It might seem counterintuitive, but the space created by solitude allows for a healthier relationship dynamic. Many women, after getting married, notice a shift in their husband's attitudes. Complaints often arise about how their partners seem more distant or less attentive. Small actions, such as taking too long to answer a phone call or coming home late, can stir feelings of suspicion and doubt. These emotions are often intensified by the constant proximity and the lack of personal space that comes with married life. However, when both partners allow themselves and each other moments of solitude, they create room for individual growth within the relationship. This space can alleviate the tension that arises from constant togetherness. By spending time alone, each partner can reconnect with their own identity, interests, and needs. This, in turn, reduces the likelihood of misunderstandings and insecurities, as both individuals come to the relationship as more fulfilled, self-aware versions of themselves. Furthermore, solitude provides the opportunity to reflect on the relationship itself, to understand one's role within it, and to address any underlying issues with greater clarity. It offers a chance to step back and gain perspective, which can be invaluable in resolving conflicts and fostering a deeper, more enduring connection. A marriage that includes periods of solitude for both partners can thus become stronger and more resilient, as each person brings their best self to the relationship. In essence, solitude is not just a luxury but a necessity for personal growth and the health of relationships. It is the time when we can strip away the layers of social expectations and reconnect with our true selves. Whether it is used to enhance our social capital, improve our relationships, or simply to grow as individuals, solitude offers a wealth of benefits that cannot be found in the constant bustle of social life. By embracing solitude, we gain the strength and clarity needed to navigate the complexities of adult life, build meaningful connections, and live a life that is rich with purpose and fulfillment. In the realm of social media, it's not uncommon to come across articles that romanticize the notion that someone who truly loves you will always respond to your messages immediately. While this idea may appeal to our need for reassurance, it's important to recognize that in today's fast-paced and demanding world, expecting instant replies is often unrealistic. People's lives are filled with responsibilities, challenges, and distractions, and the absence of an immediate response doesn't necessarily signify indifference. Learning to accept and navigate these moments of perceived indifference can foster personal growth, resilience, and a deeper understanding of relationships. Learning to be content in your own company is a skill that can significantly enhance your happiness in marriage. This was eloquently explored by Lur Ruing in her book, Daring to be Lonely in Your Arms, written after she got married. In her book, Lur provides a candid glimpse into her unconventional marriage. She describes how she and her husband often go out together, yet choose to watch different movies. They spend time together in the same room, each absorbed in their activities, reading, writing, or simply enjoying their thoughts without the need for constant conversation. They have separate bedrooms and studies, creating personal spaces within their shared life, yet come together to share meals in the dining room. To many, this might seem strange, even hard to believe. After all, conventional wisdom suggests that a successful marriage is built on constant togetherness and shared experiences. However, for Lur, this balance of closeness and independence is the key to a stable and enduring relationship. By giving each other space to grow individually, they can nurture their marriage without the pressure of constantly meeting each other's emotional needs. This approach allows them to maintain a connection that is both deep and respectful of each other's individuality. The idea that two people can care for each other deeply without becoming entangled is at the heart of a healthy relationship. It is entirely possible and often beneficial to walk side by side through life while maintaining a sense of personal distance. In this way, couples can be close yet not overly possessive, allowing love to flourish without stifling one another. Women, in particular, often understand the delicate balance between closeness and independence in a relationship. They know that too much distance can create feelings of isolation and detachment, while too much closeness can lead to a sense of suffocation and loss of self. A truly harmonious relationship is one where occasional companionship is balanced with occasional solitude. By spending time alone, each partner has the opportunity to recharge, reflect, and grow, bringing a richer, more fulfilled self to the relationship. This alternation between togetherness and solitude fosters a dynamic that is both intimate and enduring. It allows love to breathe, to evolve, and to remain vibrant over time. Moreover, this approach to marriage and relationships challenges the conventional notion that love must always be demonstrated through constant proximity and attention. It suggests that real lasting love is built on trust, respect, and the recognition of each partner's need for independence. In this model, love is not about possession or control, but about supporting each other's growth as individuals, while also nurturing the bond that unites them. In essence, the ability to embrace solitude within a relationship is not a sign of weakness or detachment, rather, it is a sign of maturity and strength. It reflects an understanding that true intimacy is not about being together all the time, but about being there for each other when it truly matters. By daring to be lonely in each other's arms, couples can build relationships that are resilient, fulfilling, and capable of withstanding the test of time. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Friends often remark, after stepping into adulthood, I feel like a one-person team, fighting a battle every single day. The demands of performing at work, meeting the expectations of leaders, managing household chores, and navigating the pressures of children's education can leave us feeling utterly overwhelmed. Amidst this chaos, solitude emerges as the greatest luxury for adults, a precious respite from the relentless demands of life. Yet solitude is often misunderstood and mistakenly seen as synonymous with loneliness, a word that carries heavy, negative connotations. We fear loneliness, often conflating it with the idea of being unloved or unwanted, and as a result, we view solitude as something to be avoided, a dark and isolating force. This fear drives us into the arms of superficial social interactions, where we habitually seek to please and accommodate others, all in a desperate attempt to avoid the label of being a lonely person without friends. We find ourselves entangled in endless social obligations, surrounded by people, yet feeling more isolated than ever. Despite having thousands of connections on social media platforms like WeChat, we often feel as lonely as a stray dog, adrift in a sea of superficial relationships. So why not carve out some time for yourself amidst the busyness of life? Rather than fearing solitude, embrace it. Move from merely enduring loneliness to accepting it, and eventually you will come to enjoy it. In doing so, you will discover that solitude is not your enemy, but rather the best way to heal and rejuvenate in this fast-paced, hyper-connected era. Solitude is, in fact, the best weapon against the unknown and unpredictable world. It offers clarity and insight that are often lost in the noise of daily life. People who embrace solitude often find themselves blessed with 3 key gifts: clarity, self-awareness, and personal growth. The first blessing is clarity through solitude. When we step away from the demands of social interactions and the expectations of others, we gain the space to see ourselves. In social settings, we often wear masks, presenting only the polished, perfect version of ourselves while concealing our flaws and vulnerabilities. Conversations are filled with polite exchanges and sometimes empty flattery, making it difficult to maintain an accurate perception of who we truly are. In the solitude, however, these masks fall away. There is no need to impress anyone, no one to flatter or to be flattered by. You are left alone with your thoughts, forced to confront your true self. This honest self-reflection, though it may be uncomfortable at times, is incredibly liberating and allows for a deeper understanding of your own identity. The second blessing is self-awareness. In the stillness of solitude, you can pause to reflect on your actions, your words, and your thoughts. Spend just half an hour each day in quiet meditation, free from distractions. Use this time to review your day, to contemplate your choices, and to assess your emotions. Over time, this practice will lead to profound personal insights. You will begin to recognize patterns in your behavior, understand the motivations behind your actions, and identify areas where you can grow. This self-awareness is the foundation of personal development, and it can only be fully realized in moments of solitude. Finally, solitude brings the blessing of personal growth. When you consistently dedicate time to being alone, you create an environment where growth can flourish. You are no longer influenced by the opinions or expectations of others. Instead, you are guided by your inner compass. This is where real transformation happens. Solitude allows you to explore your passions, to delve into your thoughts, and to cultivate the qualities that make you unique. Over time, you will notice significant changes in your outlook, your confidence, and your overall sense of well-being. Solitude is not only a refuge from the chaos of life, but also a profound teacher of resilience. When you are alone, devoid of the constant input and opinions of others, you are compelled to rely on your judgment and instincts. This practice of making decisions independently fosters a deep sense of self-reliance and confidence. You learn to trust yourself, to believe in the soundness of your choices, and to navigate life's challenges without needing validation from others. This strength that solitude nurtures is not merely emotional, it extends to intellectual fortitude as well. Without the influence of external voices, your thoughts are free to develop independently, leading to a richer, more nuanced understanding of the world and your place within it. In the modern world, life is often saturated with noise and distractions. The constant hum of social media, the demands of work, and the pressures of maintaining relationships can leave us feeling overwhelmed and drained. While social interactions are undoubtedly valuable, they can also be exhausting, depleting our mental and emotional resources. Solitude, on the other hand, offers a sanctuary for the mind, a quiet space where you can relax, reflect, and rejuvenate. It is a time to step back from the external pressures and reconnect with your inner self. In solitude, you have the freedom to process your thoughts, dreams, and plans without interruption, allowing you to gain clarity and perspective. Moreover, solitude plays a crucial role in strengthening relationships, particularly in marriages. The space that solitude provides is essential for personal growth and maintaining a sense of independence within the relationship. When both partners have the freedom to pursue their interests, reflect on their thoughts, and grow as individuals, the relationship is less likely to become stagnant or suffocating. Instead, it remains dynamic, with each person bringing new insights, experiences, and energy to the partnership. This balance of togetherness and independence keeps the connection fresh and exciting, preventing the relationship from falling into a routine of dependency or complacency. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment on number 5 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. By allowing space for solitude, couples can cultivate a healthier, more resilient bond. It prevents the relationship from being overwhelmed by the weight of constant togetherness and ensures that both partners continue to grow as individuals. This mutual growth not only strengthens the relationship, but also enriches the lives of both people involved. They become better versions of themselves, which in turn enhances the quality of the relationship. Society often exerts a subtle but persistent pressure on us to be perpetually social, fostering the idea that solitude is synonymous with loneliness. We are frequently encouraged to surround ourselves with people, to measure our worth by the number of friends we have, and to equate constant social interaction with happiness and success. However, this societal narrative overlooks a fundamental truth: meaningful connections are not about the quantity of relationships, but the quality. It is far more rewarding to have a few deep, authentic relationships than to be weighed down by many superficial ones. Solitude, rather than isolating us, actually helps us recognize and cherish these true connections. When we allow ourselves the space to be alone, we gain clarity about what truly matters in our relationships. Solitude offers the opportunity to reflect on the people in our lives, to understand who genuinely supports and uplifts us, and to nurture these connections with greater intention. In solitude, we can strip away the noise of social expectations and focus on cultivating relationships that are based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. This deeper appreciation of our true connections brings more meaning and fulfillment to our social lives, as we are no longer driven by the need to be surrounded by people, but rather by the desire to connect with those who genuinely matter. Furthermore, solitude grants us the time and space to explore our interests and hobbies, those activities that bring us joy and satisfaction on a personal level. Whether it's immersing yourself in a good book, expressing your creativity through painting, experiencing the tranquility of a hike in nature, or simply indulging in the freedom of daydreaming, these pursuits become infinitely more enjoyable when done alone. In solitude, you are free to engage with your hobbies without the influence or judgment of others. This allows you to fully immerse yourself in the experience, leading to a deeper sense of fulfillment and joy that enriches your life in ways that social interactions often cannot. Silence, too, is a gift that is often underrated in our noisy, fast-paced world. We are constantly bombarded by sounds, conversations, traffic, notifications, and the endless hum of modern life. In this cacophony, moments of silence can be incredibly soothing and refreshing, offering a rare opportunity to disconnect from the external chaos and reconnect with your inner self. Silence allows you to listen to your thoughts, process your emotions, and gain insights that are often drowned out by the noise around you. It provides a space for contemplation and mindfulness, where you can explore your mind and soul in a way that is both calming and invigorating. In these quiet moments, you can also connect with the world around you in a more profound way. Without the distraction of noise, you become more attuned to the subtleties of your environment, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, the gentle sway of the wind. These natural sounds, often overlooked in the rush of daily life, can ground you, reminding you of your place in the larger tapestry of existence. Silence becomes a bridge between your inner world and the outer one, fostering a sense of peace and harmony that is essential for well-being. As we wrap up, it's time to reflect on the powerful lessons we've explored together. What have you learned so far? Take a moment to think about one thing that truly resonated with you, something that you will bring into practice in your own life. We would love to hear your thoughts, so please share in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you meaningful content that inspires and uplifts. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.